That screwdriver for you. 7:30, new start time. Yeah, if it's ready to ride on. Like what, an hour? Yeah. More? Yeah, we're good. We'll play. I mean, don't get me wrong, actually, with all the shit that I have Alright, punch with Trevor. Lightning are up 62. He'll figure it's gonna be home and home until it gets game 5 games.
My buddy was like, "What do you think? I'm gonna put 200 on the app straight up tonight." I'm like, "Dude, I like a lightning tonight."
Yeah, lightning.
Go on.
Yeah, lightning today. Lightning in 2 days. Gonna go back to Colorado.
And game 4 will be huge. But now that the lightning have woken up.
Yeah, they woken up since they got that. It's gonna be coming out over here.
It's like a yacht.
Yeah,
man.
A yacht on wheels.
Alright. That was the bid.
That was what?
That was the bid.
The COVID. I actually didn't have it.
Oh, you didn't have it?
No, I thought I did.
was like, Henry's got COVID.
I thought I did.
Oh, I never heard of the
Yeah, no, I thought I did. I took like a whole bunch of the at-home tests. I mean, I felt like shit. Like from like Wednesday to Saturday, I took a whole bunch of the at-home tests, and they were all negative. And I'm like, it's something else. And then a cousin of mine is a nurse, and she's like, go to the clinic and get the one that they do there.
PCR.
Yeah. And so I went there and did that. And they're like, yeah, you're clean.
Huh. What was it? What symptoms?
Cough and sore throat. I was tired. Like they pretty much matched the COVID symptoms, or at least the baseline COVID symptoms that a lot of people have had, but
you didn't lose your sense of smell.
I didn't lose my senses. I mean, I never really had much of one to begin with, but I didn't lose it. And
that seems to be like the only symptom that's really like exclusive.
Kind of lost my sense of humor for a couple of days. Pretty miserable.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with the errors on the scoreboard. Got it working the other day, then I guess it stopped working. Kari got it working. I can't get it working anymore, so Chris is going to find me some screwdrivers and we'll try to replace the switch. Assuming it's on the controller and not out there. If it's out there, then we're kind of fucked this year.
Is the new scoreboard official after this season?
beginning. Among the unanswered questions are what is installation going to cost? You know, and where we put it? We put it on the same those 4 poles holding that one up. As far as I can tell, there's nothing wrong with them. We just hang the new one on that. If we can, great. That simplifies a lot of things. There's power there. If we can't, then we need to set new pilings. Do we use a pile driver? Do we, you know, that opens up a lot of complication. And then where do we put it? Do we put it there? Or some people have mentioned putting it up by left field. But how close can you get to the road? How close can we get to those Golden Valley lines? I don't know.
What about the turf?
The turf is, I think, anticipated for after next season.
After the next season?
Yeah. Because the low bid, well, the winning bidder withdrew their bid after a little while, citing delivery or materials costs or something like that. And so then bids were reopened, and their bid went from 230 to 400 or something like that. Something drastically different. So supposedly the borough is still all in on helping and making it happen.
But there's a lot more money to...
But that's a lot of money, yeah. It's just
a lot of money to take out of the couch cushions.
Yeah.
I can hit up Tyler Best again. He does that shit for an old banner.
Okay. I mean, the Boone family said they'd do it for cost.
But
The Boone, Brett Boone and their third brother, the one who never played baseball.
Well, they
He runs a
provide the
company
turf
called
at cost.
Boone Action Turf in SoCal.
What they're still
And their offer to me was
Ship it
for
up.
cost, delivered to Fairbanks.
and
I've passed that on to John.
seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, I know. Like,
Seems like a
that seems
no-brainer
like
to
the
me.
best price you're gonna
Yeah.
get.
I'm not sure if I'm not sure if the borough is able to do something like that without a competitive bid process, but it would seem to me to be pretty simple to like make sure someone sends them the bid documents.
Yeah.
It seems like what we could do is that we could buy the turf
That's what we did with the netting.
and then have the borough put it out to bid to install.
Yeah.
It's kind of what we did with the netting. I guess it was the opposite. The borough bought the netting and we installed it, but anyway, whatever.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if the borough has to like follow the same kind of things as the state.
I don't know.
I guess
Maybe have a little
why
bit.
we have to do that is the state is because of the funding.
Yeah, but even with state funds, we can't just wing it, so I don't know what their rules are. One thing I would like to do, regardless of the turf and the other thing, is bring up some of the other teams that are kind of on the wild and crazy spectrum, like the Savannah Bananas. You heard about them, Giro?
Oh, I know all about them.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Your hat reminded me of them.
Yeah, Mike Lopez. I found out about them when Lopez left. He coached here a few years back.
Yeah.
And then he went to the Bananas the next time.
Oh, really?
He was telling me about it. And then they, of course, became a big thing.
Yeah. They're a similar tier team to us, but they have more money because of where they are, and like they do like crazy choreographed dances and chants and
Yeah, it's guys on stilts.
is it Savannah, Georgia? I guess it's gotta be, right?
Yeah. Or,
I don't know where
I
other
don't know what
Savannahs
other
are.
Savannah-
yeah. Same place as the Sand Gnats, so yeah, I think that's Georgia.
Who did you have as the winning pitcher for yesterday or Saturday, the other day? I gave it to Wentz.
Let me see.
Because I figured he pitched, I think, 2 innings and no runs, only a couple base runners.
Maybe we should have when the levee breaks. Keeps on raining.
I mean, we're kind of in a place where we're kind of relying on a levee to keep us dry. So
Let's see. I didn't years in, so trying to get re-familiarized. So when did we take the lead? Early. So we led
first inning.
throughout.
Yeah. So I gave it to Wentz because he pitched 2 innings, only a couple base runners. No one pitched really well, but Padilla pitched 3 1/3 and allowed 7 base runners.
Yeah, Wentz is fine.
There she goes. The stars are all closed with the words she can get.
Okay, Chris, do you know how to make anything of this gibberish? On the right debugger? No. Okay. Alright, no. Okay. So the point streak has a live feed of their shit in that. So if you could make CSS draws or something, you can get it from there. I don't know how to do that.
Like YouTube and maybe find out. Hey, probably it's not gonna happen by tomorrow. But by the time they come back, and then for next year.
There's a songbird who sings, sometimes all of our thoughts.
Once again, baseball fans, our first pitch is now slated for 7:30 p.m. First pitch will be at 7:30 p.m.
There's a feeling I get when I look to the west, and my spirit is crying away. In one glance I have seen brings us up through the trees, and the voices unknown.
Forgot the P next to Ron's name. I'm not redoing it though. Make people understand he's the pitcher. Corey Braun. He's just nothing. What else has a position? I forgot that. I'll get it right one day. It'll be perfect one day.
It's whisper that soon, if we all fall true, then the Bible will lead us to.
Like when Plant was once asked, was it magical when you guys would play this live on the Led Zeppelin 4 tour? And he's like, no, everyone was just like, what are you gonna play a whole lot of love?
Yeah, that's when I'm gonna rock this out. All ballads kind of end up that way.
Yeah.
If there's a bustle in your head,
And they're going to take their chances with Rafael Flores.
Number 21, Rafael Flores.
So the sophomore out of Anaheim, California, from Rio Hondo. Will stand in against Brady Schrank. How about the drama here tonight? Another 2-2 on the way. And he hammers this one deep to left. It's carrying, it's back, and it's gone! A grand slam walk-off home run for Rafael Flores! The Panners win it over the Pirates. And they celebrate at home plate. Rafael Flores with the bomb onto 2nd Avenue. Can you believe it? A dramatic come from behind victory for the Goldpanners as they rip the hearts out of the Ventura County Pirates here in Game 6. So intentional walk to Rudy. Greetings, everyone. It's time for the 116th annual Midnight Sun Game. Goldpanners hosting the Everett Merchants here tonight. First pitch slated for 10 p.m. sharp, and we will play right through the hour of midnight. Under the natural glow of the midnight sun. And everything we were able to do in those summers. As this one is popped, and a diving catch and right by Glasgow.
And, you know, and I think just Alaska in general, you can't fake it up here. You know, I mean, it's really not for the faint of heart.
A bit of somersault. And win or lose, everybody just brings a great memory away from the Midnight Sun Game. That 83 team that I mentioned that had 14 major leaguers, some of those names: Barry Bonds, Dennis Cook, longtime big league pitcher, Joe McGrain. The outfield, all major leaguers: Shane Mack, Oddibe McDowell, Mark Davis. Barry Bonds played first base. This one's fouled back just beneath us.
The WG and Eddie Stroker Midnight Sun Game is taken on a significance greater than that of any other team tradition in sports. There is certainly no other team in baseball that hosts a tradition as old. The famed World Series itself is but 3 years older than the annual Solstice Classic in Fairbanks. For Fairbanksans, the game is a way to reflect on the passing of another year and the survival of another exciting and extreme winter.
And that's how we do it in Fairbanks.
team has to have identity and promotion, and here we are sitting 101 years after the game was started by his father.
He came north along with thousands of other people looking for gold. The California team that you read about was actually the California Saloon. So that's how Dad played with the California boys, because he was tending bar. I think he played every year until he was past.
Behind the dish at home plate is Mr. Dwayne Clemens. At first base is Mr. David Noah. And at third base is Mr. Chad Rhodes. Now let's meet the defensive starters for your Alaska Goldpanners. Playing in right field, wearing the number 22, Sean Rimmer. In center field, wearing the number 8, Dominic Hughes. In left field, wearing the number 29, Brock Rudy. Playing third base, wearing the number 12, is Griffin Harrison. Playing shortstop, wearing the number 2, Marty Munoz. Playing second base, wearing the number 9, Caleb Milliken. At first base, wearing the number 40, Dalton Slottinger. Catching for your Alaska Goldpanners tonight is number 17, Isaac Shuck. And your starting pitcher tonight for your Alaska Goldpanners is number 30, Corey Braun. Your designated hitter tonight is number 37, Ethan Rimmers. And the rest of your Alaska Goldpanners, who are field managed by Mr. Mark Lindsay. He is assisted by Ryan Hansen, Jake Taylor, and Marcus Mastroboni. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you all please stand. Kindly remove your hats and place your hand over your heart for the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Thank you. Baseball fans, on the count of 3, I want you to say play ball. 1, 2, 3. Play ball.
Well, we had some fans stick around through our rain delay tonight here at Groudon Memorial Park. Garo Von Dane with you live here from cloudy Fairbanks, Alaska on a Monday night here in the Golden Heart. Welcome everyone for Goldpanners baseball. The Panners begin the Midnight Sun Series against the visiting San Diego Waves. Both of these teams off to very good starts this season. The Goldpanners have won 9 of their first 11 games. They've lost 1 and tied 1. The Waves, 7 wins, just 1 loss and 1 tie. Should be a really good series between these two old rivals with a lot of new faces, of course. But the Goldpanners and Waves have met many times over the years. The Goldpanners are led by first-year field manager and second-year coach Mark Lindsay out of Chico State. He's assisted by Ryan Hansen, Jake Taylor, and Marcus Mastroboni. For the Waves, it's Fairbanks' own Mike Studer, the general manager, who founded this team back in '95. Mike Studer, no longer one of the coaches, so he's just the GM now. He has given over coaching duties to field manager Jason Schmeiser, who's been with the Waves for a few years, and assistant coach and former Wave Jake Rico, and pitching coach Lewis Cohen, formerly of the Peninsula Oilers in the Alaska Baseball League. Chris Carlson's to my right, operating the PannerVision controls and cameras. I am Garo Von Dane, your tour guide through the 2022 summer of Alaska Goldpanners baseball. And we are set to go after the 1-hour rain delay. And on the mound for the Goldpanners is the 6'3" left-hander from Charleston Southern, Corey Braun. Corey Braun gets to the start for the Goldpanners and deals the first pitch at 7:30 p.m. local time, in for a strike. The leadoff batter for the Waves is Jamie Berg, center fielder for San Diego, out of the Western Baseball Association. And 0-2 on Berg right out of the gates from Corey Braun, the Seminole, Florida native. Swing and a miss, and a 3-pitch strikeout of Berg is how we start tonight's ball game. We are scheduled for 9 innings. We started 1 hour late. It was pouring at game time, but the forecast looked good, so we hung around, tarped the slide pits and the mound, and then it started to look pretty good. And 7:30 start time was announced, and here we are, underway at Groudon Memorial Park. This one is hit high and deep by Drew Beasley, back to left, drifting back towards the wall, looking up and making the catch. A step in front of the wall is Brock Rudy. Beasley hitting it a long way to left center, but he's out number 2, and that'll bring up Devlin Lindman, the designated hitter. Lindman will be followed by Drew Thomas, Cole Kashimoto, and Ryan Fenn. The bottom 3 in the Waves batting order: John Stark, Griffin Zitko, and Jackson Waller. Catching for Corey Braun tonight is Isaac Shuck. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate is Dwayne Clements. At first base, it's David Noah, and over at third is Chad Rose. Strike called on Devlin Lindman, and Corey Braun throwing strikes out of the gates here tonight, and you love to see that. And the 0-1 is hit to the right side, where Caleb Milligan swallows it up on the grass and throws on to first. A 4-3 putout and a 1-2-3 first for Corey Braun. Chris Paveleski will take the mound for the Waves when we come back. No score at Groudon.
Past the age.
like to thank you all for tuning in for Goldpanners baseball tonight here on PannerVision, where we have every Goldpanner game all summer long, home and on the road. And we will have tomorrow night's Midnight Sun game for you live. Well, the cameras will be on the air well before the game, tentatively planning on around 8 p.m. locally when the gates open here at Groudon. And first pitch scheduled for 10 p.m. tomorrow night, the 117th annual Midnight Sun game. Pitches high and away to open things up in the bottom of the first inning from Chris Paveleski. Chris Paveleski, your starting, Paraleski, the starting pitcher, listed as undecided, a 6'1" right-hander. He starts with 2 balls and no strikes on Dominic Hughes, Goldpanner leadoff hitter from Kansas State and center fielder. He'll be followed by Griffin Harrison and Sean Rimmer. Brock Rudy batting cleanup tonight for Fairbanks. The designated hitter is Ethan Remmers in the 5 spot. Caleb Milliken will bat 6th. Isaac Shuck in the 7 spot. Dalton Sloniger will bat 8th. And Marty Munoz in the 9 spot for your Alaska Goldpanners. 3 balls and no strikes to Hughes from Paraleski. And the right-hander sets and delivers. We don't have tomorrow night's pitching matchup, but we know it will not be Corey Braun versus Chris Paraleski, as they are starting here in tonight's game. Always a huge honor to get the ball to start the Midnight Sun game. And who will that honor fall upon tomorrow night? Last year it was the Goldpanners winning a 3-0 game in the Midnight Sun game. Well pitched. Herman Fajardo with the start in that one. He's pitching in the Cape Cod League this summer after a great season at Kansas State.
Brought to you by the Gold Daughters. Come for the gold, stay for the fun with the Gold Daughters.
3-2 on Hughes with Harrison on deck. Just underway, bottom of the first inning, a game delayed by rain for 1 hour. Thank you for sticking around with us. We always try to keep you up to date. Follow us on the Twitter page where we update everything when it comes to rain delays and start times and starting lineups. And Dominic Hughes thought he had ball 4, but he's rung up for strike 3. Jumped ahead 3 balls and no strikes, but Paraleski comes all the way back with the K of Hughes, and that'll bring up Griffin Harrison.
Now to bat for your Goldpanners, number 12, Griffin Harrison.
You can follow the Goldpanners on Twitter at Real Goldpanners. You can follow me at Voice of G-Man, and I'll try and keep you up to speed as well. We also tweet out the broadcast link every night shortly before the game starts. And it hits Harrison, the first pitch. So the hit batsman, and that's your first base runner of the game here in the bottom of the first inning. Talked to general manager of the Waves, Mike Studer, before the game, old friend of mine, since back in 2001 when we first met. Yeah, Mike, pretty excited about this team he has. He likes his pitching staff, says these guys throw strikes, and that you love hearing that.